I did some practicing this week, and that's kind of what you're hoping for. I didn't do very good on wood selection. One of the things I've kind of learned is if you really want to make a lampshade, you probably want to go for some good white wood. The sapwood on this is ash. The sapwood on this ash you really can't see through too well. But that's, I can pass this around so you can see it, and I'll show you some of my other testing that I've done. Get out of there. My first thought for making the lampshade was to do a recess to hold it. The problem is you get real thin and the expansion of the jaws is going to blow it apart. So at least for me, if I'm going to do any more really thin turning, I'm going to go with a tenon and not do a recess. I didn't just drill through the hole, the bottom here. I went ahead and tried to drill my 1-inch hole through here. It didn't work. If you want to see that, I can pass it around. If not. And here's the other examples. I have been trying to learn how to do this. This is what I think the shape I'd like the best. That shape that I'm passing around, if I really want to do much more with it, I'd probably try to turn it a little bit more like that. Kind of got there with this one. I'll just keep those on. That was the second or third one I went for. This one kind of got there too. What I'll probably do, I got a craft fair coming up. These ones that don't have holes in them, I might just drop them in some mineral oil and see if somebody will give me $10 for them. That one looks not bad. That one, I don't know if everybody can see it, that one came out okay. This was one of the earlier ones. I think this one feels thick, but you can kind of see through it. So,
is it all right to ask a question?
Please.
Definitely ask questions.
Like some of these we've seen, were they wet? Didn't turn one time wet, or?
Yeah, I think this is a wet turning, pretty much. In fact, I got some water to make sure it stays wet. I think it's, you know, if you're using LED light, you're probably not as high a risk of drying out the wood as you're, you know, under the old regular bulbs, you know, because these don't get hot. As I was trying to explore different lights I could use, I went out to test the old floodlight I got sitting out in one of those old aluminum shop lights. And as soon as I put my hand up there, I said, there's no way, because, you know, the heat was just radiating right away from it. I would have cooked the wood immediately. Lighting is an issue. What I found is you're best off if you have a very good strong light shining through the wood with enough light inside the bowl so you can still see your tool. My setup at home doesn't give me that. I mean, I'm kind of stuck into a corner, so when I have a strong light here, the inside starts to get dark on me, and I can't really see what my tool's doing as much as I'd like. So, that being said, I got 2 chances. If I'm doing this, if I really wanted to make sure I had something that I was going to try to sell or show, I would work really hard to get the outside perfect before I started working on the inside. sand it down to the grit I wanted, and stuff like that. All I want to do here is just kind of make sure it's close to being what I need it to be. Maybe just a very light sanding to see where we're at. That's turned pretty good. Since I turned this yesterday, I'm probably just slightly out of round. So all I want to do is just dress this slightly.
That's still ash, right?
Huh?
Ash?
Yeah, this is all ash. Like I said, I got all my ash from Bob Decker, who's the president of the other club, and I did not select too good. He had about a 27-inch log, and I said, oh, that one looks about the right size. I cut it in half, and I saw that was one of the limbs that hit the ground, so it was splitting. I should have walked away from it right then, but I said, oh, I can make it work. So a lot of these you'll notice as you look at them, there are cracks in them. But it cut really nice, and for practice, let's drop this lathe down so it doesn't move on us.
We need another strong guy, because I can't do it by myself. Somebody want to help us lift the lathe up, please? Somebody's got good back.
Who's got muscles?
Who's got a good back? What we got? Show that underneath.
No, let's let him get there.
Can I lift here?
1, 2, 3.
If you're in it.
How do we do?
Good. How's that?
Should do it.
Should do it.
This is the easy end.
Yeah, this is a much easier end. Probably meant to do that, really. There was a time we could do that one-handed.
With 2 boots on.
The debate I had before I came was, do I bring my grinder in case I want to resharpen, or do I just go for it with what I have? So I'm probably going to use a lot of different gouges to try to save the edges. So all I want to do here is just try to clean this up, make sure I'm as round as I can get.
That's a negative blade paper.
Yeah. I was in Menards the other day and I found a pack of sandpaper really cheap, which is good for just stuff you don't care about.
You backing that up with sponge?
Yeah. Old beer cup holder.
Like a mouse pad or what? Mouse pad,
Yeah, mouse pads are good.
flip flops.
I should have checked mine. Put some more? That's a good idea.
Give it to Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take this off. This is a 40-40 grind, Stewart Batty grind. I'm still trying to learn how to do it, but it will take stuff out of the middle without dulling any of the other gouges.
I guess I should move this.
My goal is, I'm going to try a little different today. I want to get down and try to do just the first ½ inch to set my thickness, and then I'll try to go the rest of the way in. One thing doing this does help you appreciate how thin you can actually go. So let's see what... You can start to see a little light in there. Let's see how I did. That feels pretty good. Here's what I'm going for. The credit card.
That's pretty thin. That's ambitious.
I'm not quite there.
You're in Shrapnel Alley.
One thing, if you do it this way and it busts up on you, it's pretty easy to cut it back and go. So that's kind of there, close enough. I'm going to clean up that edge just a bit. I see a little bit of fracturing on it. One of the things I should mention, and see if you can get a good cut on this one. I'm going to change. You got a good. One of the things you want to be able to do is rub your bevel and very slowly turn in until you get the cut. There, I got my cut. You see that?
Can we get your light up a little bit higher? Because I can't. There we go.
There. How's that?
Okay.
So I'm rubbing the bevel, I'm not cutting, I'm just slowly turning until I can start to see a little bit of shading. I'm getting shading. Good cut to practice as you're trying to hollow the bowl out, because that's the kind of cut that you're going to need as you start to fine-tune your cuts. Let's get the light back here and see what I'm doing.
You got plenty of time.
You know, you guys should have a lottery up there to see if I actually do this.
You don't need to hurry. Just take your time.
How fast can you turn the meter?
Oh, I don't know. It says 1050. I never paid attention. It just felt okay. How am I doing?
Well, it's still heavy.
Save my edge. Let's see what I'm doing. Still thick up in here. That's a pretty healthy cut. All right, still do some more in here. This is the way I turn a lot. I do a little bit, stop, see how I'm doing, turn a little more. I can force it all the way down, so we won't call that good. Anybody got any questions? This is kind of like playing chicken, you know? Did you ever do that as a kid?
So would you try this with a dry piece of wood or only a wet wood?
I think I'd only go wet. Of course, I don't want to turn wet, so.
But it just seems like trying to go that thin with dry would be wrought with problems.
But if you're turning left, how do you deal with the wood that's going?
I'm not going to go back and cut this edge.
No, I mean that would actually done with
I don't care.
it's going to be.
I don't care. I like wood it moves. See, if you're turning natural edge, nobody can tell the difference anyway. It's only when you try to turn them with flat tops that people can see that they're warped.
Right, but that's what these are.
You know, no, to be quite honest, anybody that's going to buy a lampshade like this isn't going to care. I don't think.
It could be an old, yeah.
What species are best for this?
You know, I'd say, I mean, I do like the grain pattern on the sapwood for this ash. If you're just doing, if all you want is a thin turned bowl, I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference. If you want a lampshade, I think you want probably a light wood all the way through. This one, you know, this one's looking better a little bit. I mean, you can kind of see a little bit through the heartwood. I'm still thick up in there, aren't I? So,
It's softwood rather than hard.
just practice. Man, I don't think it needs to be real soft.
We lost the microphone.
Microphone's going on.
Battery time.
What, you need a battery?
You can get batteries at the Harbor Freight for free. I just got some today.
You need to.
Free.
These are Amazon. They're free to the club.
Right there. I'm having a hard time seeing deep in there. So, I'd probably just do a bit more at the bottom. I think that's done for sanding. So, do a quick little sand on the inside. So how'd I do? Not quite credit card thin. Thick down in through there. I still got quite a bit of thickness up to right in here. Better judgment says I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to try one more cutting out the bottom.
Chicken! Let's catch a minute.
So you can probably turn a lot thinner than you think you can. That's good. So, how'd we do? Looks like I could have done one more cut down through there.
So now you're going to drill that, have the opening? Is that what you're
If I use my cool, just the only one I drilled the hole on. I mean, to me, I can gouge it out just about as fast.